There we go. Hello, everybody. This is episode 5 of Talking Out My Ass podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Sam, as the last 4 have been. Nothing's changed there. What does change every week is our guests, and today I have Al. Hi, Al.
Hey, Sam.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Are you? Because I'm not sure I got this going too well yet.
I mean, it only took you 5 weeks to ask me to be on the podcast.
That's not even close to true. I asked everybody 6 to 7 weeks ago.
Well, happy to be here either way. We'll vibe.
We will vibe, I'm sure. I've had some challenging topics out of the first 4 episodes. So I've also learned a lot. This is not what I planned for this show, but
What
shit
did
happens.
you plan for this show?
To just bullshit. But instead I'm learning and I hate it.
Oh my God, Sam, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna yell at people on the
internet.
Like
learning and becoming a better person, or are you just like learning useless knowledge?
Yes.
Great.
I'm being a better person while learning useless knowledge.
Well, I'm glad that you're becoming a better person because we can always work on ourselves,
I'm not. I'm lying. That makes me a bad person. All right. Well, Al, what topic do you have for me to try to interview you about today?
All right. So I'm going to keep it, not as challenging for you, but little known fact, before I was baseball gal Al, I was donut gal Al. So I worked at a bakery on and off for 6 years and have become very versed in donuts. And so I'd like to shoot the shit with you about my bakery life and donuts.
Bakery life and donuts. That sounds amazing, and I'm gonna get hungry. Okay. How long did you work at the bakery?
I started my senior year, and I wrapped up about a year after college. I think like June of 2021. So yeah, I used to work like in college. I would come home and work holidays or summers. And then once I graduated from college, I worked. I used to work like the retail, like the front side, dealing with patients, dealing with customers, taking orders, all of those things. And then once I graduated from college and was living at home, I was working there part-time in production, actually like frying the donuts at night and getting to ice them. And yeah, it was a good time.
Nice. Now, was it just donuts or did they have other stuff too?
They have other stuff, but donuts are kind of what I hyperfixated on.
Yeah. What's your favorite donut to make?
My favorite donut to make? Probably the sprinkles, because you have to, there's a technique. Would you like to hear about the icing technique?
Is it like the Salt Bae technique where you just kind of sprinkle it down your arm?
No, actually. There were these vats of icing that just are kept warm like 24/7. So they're like, liquidy. So you like dip the donut in, shake it off, make sure it's all, yeah. And then you just literally like take it and like whole icing straight into a bed of sprinkles. Good time. It was a good time.
Oh my God. I want to work in a donut shop. That sounds so fun. Did you ever do like custom orders for like people? Like have to spell stuff out or anything crazy?
No. So fun fact though, when they opened a second location when I was a junior in college, and they didn't have a cake decorator at the second location. And you know how like when you go to the store, you can like buy a cake and then they can be like, "Hi, can you please write like happy birthday Carl on this cake?" Well, there was no one at the bakery to do it. So we used to play like rock, paper, scissors with me and my one friend to be like, who wants to write like a 3-year-old child on this birthday cake? And we'd have to like warn them like, this is not going to look pretty, but we can do our best. So I did briefly though get to decorate gingerbread men and Christmas themed cookies one Christmas season. So that was really fun.
Nice. Oh my gosh. So you guys, the dough comes in, I assume, like shipped in, and then you fry it, or do you like make the dough too?
No. This was the other like shocking part of working there. Do you know how many things you can buy in bulk, like milk, butter, shortening, like 20-pound, like 25-pound cubes of just like vegetable shortening. Wild. No, we made the dough, but like the like mix came in like 50-pound bags, like that we ordered. So then we'd have to make it and fry it. Yeah.
I'm just like thinking in my head of like when you go to a festival or something and the mini donut trucks are out. They're just deep frying like 500 donuts at a time.
Pretty much like that, but on a larger donuts, but smaller scale. Except fewer donuts, but larger.
fewer donuts, but larger.
Yes, if that makes sense.
Oh my god. How many ovens were running, like cooking these things?
We had 2 fryers.
Fryers, yeah.
Yeah, 2 fryers, but also like very large ovens in the back too when needed. Because they also made like Danish and coffee cakes in the evening. So that like, but they're those big ovens with like the tables and you just slide sheets in and then they're like little carousels.
Cool.
Ferris wheels.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was it running all day, or did you just like cook up to a certain point and then just frost and all that afterwards, or was it all just like an assembly line deal?
Yeah, so there's a day crew that worked from like the time the bakery opened from 6 to the time the bakery closed at like 3:30, and the people did like baking the cakes and the other like pastries and things. And like cake decorators worked normal hours, and then I would come in at like 2, and that's when we would like make the dough and fry the donuts. And usually it was, I guess you could kind of consider it an assembly line. Like my coworker would make the dough and fry, and then I'd be on standby ready for the donuts to ice them. And then at the end of the night, like take any orders off of the trays, make sure those are all placed properly. There were spreadsheets that told us how many needed to go where.
Nice.
Very nicely correlated spreadsheets. Yeah, it was a good time.
Spreadsheets about donuts. That's
Yeah.
like that would be like an accounting dream. I want to do spreadsheets, but
You want to
for
collate
donuts.
for donuts? Why not? Why not?
Is there like a biggest order you've ever had that you recall?
No, not that I can recall. Except I used to, sometimes when we were short staffed, I used to have to ice like all of the chocolate and all of the vanilla in a night. And that's usually like racks of donuts, like thousands of donuts. It's a good time. It was a good time. Christmas is probably the busiest time of year in the sense that like they're quadrupling their normal batch. So I'd start at 2 and like leave at like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah.
All night donuts.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're a local legend, like the bakery I used to work at.
Ooh, local legend.
Yeah.
Damn. So in comparison to like a Dunkin' Donuts, what's like the size? Is it like the same size as one? Is it like just a bigger because it's its own bakery, or?
Oh, are you saying like the actual like building?
Yeah, like the layout for that bakery.
Actual donuts. Are the donuts this big at your bakery?
I want to say yay big.
Their holes are better curated at the local bakery. Really gonna lead into the like I was really gonna lean in to this whole thing and be like, today we're gonna talk about they're round and fluffy. Have a nice bounce back to them, perfectly curated holes, like really freak you out as to, like what we were going to be talking about, but I laid off. You're welcome.
That'd have been a great lead-in.
Well, so sorry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, they are super fluffy and round.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Perfectly.
they're donuts.
Yeah.
Except for like the donut hole things, which is so weird. I get that's like the punch out of the donut, and that's why it's the donut hole, but it's like that's not what a donut hole is. It's the hole in the middle of a donut. That's a donut hole.
Yes.
Yes. I got a baker to agree with me.
Maybe. I don't know.
My life's work is complete.
Oh, I don't know. We didn't really make donut holes a lot. They weren't really popular.
Did you just recycle that dough into new donuts, basically?
Yeah, you
Every
just
time?
roll them back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There's
didn't
many
have the
varieties.
specialty of just the donut holes you sold by the dozen?
No.
Wow.
Shockingly, like those are not as popular at
No,
yeah.
they're not.
Like, nobody actually wants to eat those.
That's what churches get for all the people that go is Dunkin' Donuts munchkins.
That's because they're on a tight budget.
Yep.
And they just assume everyone's gonna want to and then feel bad about themselves. So
God can't go local.
the government isn't paying us, so we can't go local.
Damn. Just when we thought we had them.
I suppose.
Isn't that like the bakery's corner market is just like religious people? Because they buy baked goods like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of baptism cakes,
Yeah.
a lot of like first communion confirmation cakes that I used to take orders for. I'd say, yeah, the bakeries have cornered that market.
Yeah. Like
Or just, like,
every
coffee cakes.
yeah, coffee cakes. Every time you go to a church or like a christening or something, you're like, there's fucking baked goods everywhere.
Yeah. Eat your heart out.
Yeah.
It's really odd though. Like January and February are kind of the slow months because everyone's like, we're not going to eat baked goods anymore.
Yeah, right. For Lent.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have people come in and they're like, I told myself that I wasn't going to eat these this year, but here I am.
I want to know how many times
You don't know how to respond because you're like, thanks for your business, but like, sorry, your diet's gone to shit already.
how many times did you think you heard that?
More times than I could count. Like, so many. And like, not even during Lent or during like New Year's resolution time. Like, just in general, people would come in and be like, I shouldn't be ordering all of this food. I'm like, dude, then don't walk through the door. Like, what did you? Clearly, we're not a health food store, so maybe you should drive down the street.
Did you have any vegan donuts?
We did not, but we did have gluten free.
Ooh,
yeah.
Hot.
Not donuts though, gluten free.
I was gonna say, is that even possible?
They're called ring cakes. They were like bundt, like they were made in bundt pans. You could make gluten-free donuts, but the problem for us is, and this is such a shitty like reasoning, but when you're local like that and your like margins are so high, especially when you're like purchasing like special dough and special stuff like that, like I don't think they ever like figured out like what would the market actually be for us to purchase these supplies and like really commit to it. So they've expanded some over the years, but not to the actual donuts. It's a shame.
It's a new market they got to try to corner.
I guess. After like 45 years though, like
one local bakery is cornered. Great news clip. Oh. What's your like most fond memory of working there?
So I used to work there with like all of my high school friends. Like that's so my friend from high school's dad is like it's like their family business. So that's how we like got these jobs. So we used to all carpool together. But yeah, I think working with my friends, but also just the Christmas of 2018 was the worst Christmas of my life. I worked like 65 hours in 1 week, like just ridiculous shifts. Like I was at the bakery till like 3 a.m. It was a nightmare. And like one night, me and my coworker just left and got pedicures. Like we were like, we need a break. We're going across the street. Like we'll be back. And we got pedicures. And then I was like decorating cookies in the front. And my one friend like was home from college helping out too. And he'd gotten like powdered sugar on his face, and I still have a video of him. It's like under his nose. He like walks up and he's like, "Oh, that's some good stuff."
Oh no.
Snorted cocaine. It was real. It was a good time.
Oof.
But my biggest like fuck up at the bakery that also makes me laugh so hard. Would you like to hear the story?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, fun fact, there is 2 different types of shortening that is used. One is used like in dough to like bake things, and the other is used to make like icing, like buttercream icing. And it was Christmas of 2018, and my coworker was like, "Hey, can you make some buttercream?" I'd been doing it like all week, but I'd never seen where the shortening had gotten pulled out of. So I was just like, "Oh, like let me go back here, like do." And I put this buttercream to like mix, and my coworker walks over and she's like, "Why does this not look right?" And I was like, "I don't know. I pulled the shortening." She's like, "Which shortening did you use?" So long story short, I used the wrong shortening and it didn't like fluff up and it was super clumpy. We had to throw away like 50 pounds of buttercream, but we didn't want my boss to know. So we were like ferociously scraping buttercream out and like tossing it into the garbage can and then getting one of the front workers to take the trash out really quickly. So our boss never found out that I made buttercream wrong.
I assume she found out.
Like 2 years later, I admitted it to him. Yeah, he was like, "No, I never knew about that." I was like, "Good," because I'm still terrified of that moment. I don't even work here anymore, and I'm still terrified. It was a scary time.
It's like just the inner panic, just like, oh god, what do I do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Imagine just like looking at, I mean, like this mixing bowl probably came like to my hip. Like it was gallons of unusable buttercream.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm still mortified.
Yikes. Now did you do cookies all year round too there, or was it just like a Christmas kind of thing?
They did, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. So decorating cookies was just like because they needed an all hands on deck kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm not artistic, so Santa did look a little cocky-eyed.
Couple kids were upset with their Santa cookies.
A couple gingerbread men got scarves because I like screwed up like outlining them, and I was like, "Well, you get a scarf now." Smiles, like icing smiles, are surprisingly difficult. I just don't have the finesse. I'm too tense.
Just angrily like, God.
There's like a certain like relaxedness that you have to your hands, as I'm sure you've experienced many times.
Oh
yeah.
Very, very much.
And if you just like tense up and like try to be too perfect, sometimes it just doesn't turn out well. Then you got a bunch of crooked smiles and they look kind of evil. So
we're doing haunted Christmas.
Yeah.
So obviously donuts were your. No, this is gonna sound stupid, but your bread and butter.
Yeah, they were. I have a donut tattoo. I don't know if you know that.
I think you've told me that before.
Yeah. That happened in college.
I was gonna say, please tell me it was before you worked there, because that would be even funnier.
No, it was like while I was. Yeah, it was while I was working there, but I was in college. This is at the very beginning. I just like. This is gonna sound so weird, but I like missed the bakery, and I was like, I just love working there, and I was like, I just want to I just want to remember my time that I was a donut girl, and so I was at a conference in Minnesota at the University of Minnesota, and we went to Dinkytown, and very quickly was like, "Hey, can you put a donut about this size on my hip?" He was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And then we were late to dinner.
Just to top it off.
It's fine. We're like, we have 45 minutes. Can you do this? And he's like, it's going to be tight, but sure.
Guess it depends what size donut you want.
Yeah. We made it work.
That's great. I've never heard of anybody having like a great work experience, like anywhere
I
that so much of they just loved it. That's awesome.
Did I say it was great? I just like have an affliction. That's not the right word. Like, I didn't love working there, but like, I liked the people and I liked I don't know, like making food is kind of fun, I guess.
Making
it was
food
like
is
fun.
kind of fun, I guess. What a selling point.
It was a fun job, but it wasn't like it was definitely something I was like, I can't do this forever. Long hours.
Unless you own a bakery.
My boss was always like, yeah, we get a couple of people in here that like I try to latch onto them forever. Like, I know that I can get them to just be here forever. I'm like, sorry, not me.
Oh no.
I just couldn't do it.
I mean, how much physical labor is there? Because I know like those bags get heavy, like all the mixes and doughs and all that. Like, but are you lifting all that all the time, or just like periodically when it needs to be changed?
Yeah, like periodically. Like, I used to have to at the end of the night, we'd have to take our 25-gallon. The icing came in 25 pound buckets. So we'd have to like refill those each night. So I was typically lugging those around at the end of the night, making sure that sprinkles were restocked, ratios were proper. Did you know there's a Whoa. Someone tried to call me on my. Did I cut out?
No.
Oh. My screen, like, it went away from you, and someone was trying to call me. I should put my laptop on Do Not Disturb. What was I saying? Oh, there's a proper ratio of sprinkles for rainbow sprinkles. Fun fact.
That is a fun fact. Another fun fact.
Yeah.
You're learning
so much.
I am, actually.
Are you?
There's donuts. Like, what's not to learn? I just know that I don't even know what the hell they were made of. I knew they were dough, but like I thought there was more to it. But maybe there's not. I can make them at home.
I did make them at home.
Did you have all the materials you needed?
I did.
Was it the same as it was in the bakery?
No.
It never is.
I bought 2 cookbooks because I was like, I want to try to make these at home. And I think I made them like once or twice, and then I never did again. The icing is the hardest part. It's not the actual donut part. Well, kind of. The frying portion at home. Like, when you don't have access to like a fryer and icing, because the icing part, you have to play around with how you want to finagle that, you know? It's not a perfect science.
It's not, but it works.
Yeah.
So, like, the donut is done like right away as it's hot. You got to put the icing on.
No, you have to let them cool.
Yeah, those cool, but the icing is warm, or because obviously you have to dip it.
Yes, because if the icing and the donut are hot, first of all, I can't like the donut if it's hot.
I'm talking about tongs.
Yeah. No, but if the donut is too hot, then the icing like slides off. It gets too melty. Yeah.
Don't want that to happen.
Yeah. It's interesting how the season's changing. Also, like the icing and the melting, just wild time. Humidity, not a bakery's best friend.
No, just soggy everything. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Did they do glazed donuts there?
They did.
Yeah. What's the process to like get a glazed donut? Is it just fully dipping?
No, this is the most incredible thing. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to properly like allow your brain to imagine this, because so basically now these donuts have to be hot when you glaze them, and you take them and you like slide them onto this, like you slide them onto a grate. And then basically there's just a vat of icing, like clear, I don't know, like royal icing. I don't know what kind of icing it is. But then there's like this contraption almost like, you know, the cranes that are like concave like this, and then they like open up.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so it's like that. There's like two handles on the top. You like close it to like trap all the icing, and then you like lift it up and you open it up and you just drag it across to glaze them. And then it just like, it all like whatever is like the excess gloops off, and then the glaze sets, and that's it. Does that make any sense? Do you have a picture?
I'm trying to. I'm thinking of Toy Story for some reason when you said like crane that meets. I'm like, nope, not that one.
Like, it's basically like, I don't even know. I can't even explain it. You just you pick it up and you pour it over, and then ta-da!
Ta-da! That's all we needed.
Donuts.
Ta-da! Donuts.
That's all that you care about.
That is. I mean, yeah. That's nobody wants to know how the sausage is made, as the expression goes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an old expression. I don't know what it means. I mean, people don't want to hear about donuts, how donuts get made. They just want to eat them.
Very true.
But you get the fun part of knowing how they get made.
In one place.
So you can tell people that didn't ask how donuts are made.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you how Dunkin' Donuts are made. Wow. Probably a similar process,
just
but on a more mass.
Yeah. Shipped in.
Yeah. More mass produced, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good. Not as fresh.
No. What's your favorite donut to eat?
A glazed. I like a classic glazed.
Straight up glazed donut.
Yes. And I know that sounds like such a lame answer, and I will defend the glazed raised till the end of my time, because when the glaze, first of all, the glaze has to be like perfectly thin, right? Like almost like glass, right? And when the donut is like perfectly fluffy, you know what I'm talking about? Like the glaze like kind of breaks as you bite it, but the donut itself is like really light and fluffy. It's just magic in your mouth.
Yeah, I went through a phase of glazed donuts, like loving them. You know, we go to Jewel and pick up a 6-pack of Krispy Kreme donuts, throw them in the microwave for 10 seconds.
Oh, heck yeah. Also, I'm not like this is going to sound extremely contradictory, but I'm not a huge sweets person. And so icing with sprinkles, like everything that goes on top of those donuts, it's just like too much. Like it's a glazed donut is just perfectly simple and it does the job. I don't need the extra junk. It's not junk to some people, but to me.
It's not junk to some people.
But yeah, chocolate frosted donuts though, like 12 times more popular than vanilla frosted. And I'm only slightly offended by that because I just love vanilla frosted.
Yeah.
You prefer chocolate?
I'm a strawberry frosted guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Even less popular than vanilla.
It's the only like difference in my taste. I'm a very plain Jane kind of person.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's like, I'm not vanilla or chocolate on that one.
We didn't start making strawberry frosted donuts up until like my last year and a half being there. So
really?
It was a very new thing. Strawberry icing's like super, it's very interesting. Like, I don't think they could ever find one that they liked. So then we had to like try, he experimented for a while before we like launched that, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. You don't like any of like the specialty flavors? Like the Krispy Kremes when they do like the Reese's or the Oreo?
I never really even think I ate I think I've had a Reese's one before. Yeah. But you know, I'm thinking of like Dunkin' Donuts when they do like the manager special. It's like the green or the blue frosted one. I'm like,
yeah,
it's just vanilla frosting with dye on it.
Hey, but the kids eat that shit up.
Oh, I did.
You throw sprinkles on anything, and a 6-year-old child's like, "Mom, please."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was like, "The hell am I eating sprinkles for? This shit doesn't need to be on here."
It doesn't add anything. No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, what
Fun
are
fact.
your? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Fun fact. I used to have to cream fill Long Johns.
Oh, I was actually going to ask you a question about that. Not about the creaming part. That's new. That's going to be fun now. I was going to say, does your bakery also do Long Johns?
Yeah, they do.
And you
They
got to
did.
cream fill them.
Yeah, just a couple trays.
Oh, just a couple trays. Was it just a phase for you?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Then I got to chocolate frost them after.
Oh, look at you, productive. That's a model employee right there.
You got to make sure they're filled to their desire.
Filled and frosted.
Yep.
Oh boy.
My pleasure.
Now, how do they make cake donuts versus regular donuts?
First of all, cake donuts were the regular donuts at my bakery. Like when you think of like a Dunkin', when you think of a Dunkin' donut, you think of like a yeast like raised.
Yeah, that
right?
way.
Yeah. So at the bakery I worked at, the cake donuts were actually like the most popular, specifically chocolate cake. But the cake is like a batter, right? So it's like almost like a cake batter, and you like put it in this special donut dropper machine, and then you like drop them in the oil and fry them. The raised is a dough that then has to be like rolled out and cut.
Yep.
And fun fact, they obviously like, because you know they have like an industrial roller that like rolls the dough out, but they have this thing that like basically like it's almost like a rolling pin, but it has like the die cuts in it, and it just like rolls and cuts the donut. But yeah, and then you have to like let those proof and raise, and then you fry those. So usually like beginning of the night, you mix the batter for the cake donuts so that you can have someone else get started on the raised, and then you let those rise while you're frying, and then you can fry the yeast.
Yeah, I never thought to call them raised donuts. They're just like the donuts I know of.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I feel really
of
snobby.
cake donuts, but like
Yeah. I feel really snobby when I correct people. Well, I don't like actively correct people, but like I get confused. Well, I get confused because I'm like, oh, like a donut, like what kind of donut? Because when I first started, like I obviously had, you know, my whole life, like Dunkin' Donuts, just raised donuts, like, you know, and then you have to like, relearn because that was like one specific culture, like, you know, it was like its own little like culture. It was weird.
you had your raised donuts versus your cake donuts.
Yeah. Don't get started on crullers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Let's get you started. I have no idea what you're talking about.
French crullers are arguably the worst donut ever. I don't even know. They're those ones that are like curled. You'd know them if you saw them.
Ones that are curled.
Hold on. Let me just idea. I'll pull up a picture. Okay. Just give me 1 second.
I'm trying to think of it in my head. Like the ones that are twisted together?
No, they're not twisted together.
Oh.
They're just terrible. I hate them so much. They're actually just disgusting. Like,
ow. Okay. You can't just say that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. My brother, though, my brother actually, they're these ones.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're like,
they are terrible.
They're mush. Like, I can't even describe the texture in my mouth when I've tried one before. It's just absolutely gross. My brother, on the other hand, absolutely loves them, and I can't even look at him when he talks about them. It's terrible.
Strong disdain for a donut.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Aw. Poor donut. It's just trying to live.
Well, it's living a terrible life, let me tell you. They're not very popular.
Aw, just because they're popular doesn't mean they're not good.
Well, I guess I'll stop trash talking.
No, I want the rivalries. I'm a braised donut person. There's cake donut people, and those people are psychos.
Well,
And then there's
there's cruel people, and they should die.
Oh my god. No.
Ugh, controversial.
Talking out the ass is not. Actually, I do condone this. That's actually the sick part. Oh my goodness. So cake donuts were the most popular, and then like raised. Did you have raised donuts, or they were just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
okay?
they had raised, and also Bismarck's. I got to.
Hell's a Bismarck? Just say it like it's a thing I know.
A Boston cream donut.
Then why is it called a Bismarck? That's North
That's the
Dakota.
style of donut. Well, you've got the Bismarck, and then you've got the Bismarck's cousin, the Punchki.
I don't know.
Which is only what, like, during Fat Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
You know what Punchki?
I thought it's called Patchkis.
Did you just say Patchki?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Get out of here.
I don't even eat them.
That's a shame.
What am I, Catholic?
I mean, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Punchkis are Punchkis.
I don't know.
They're a good time.
I've never had one, but I see everybody talk about them and I still don't get it.
Anyway, Bismarck's are just your everyday Punchki, aka the Boston cream or the strawberry jelly.
Is that why everybody makes a joke saying you can get those all year round?
Well, okay. Punchkis and Bismarcks are different. But like, how are they different? I'm not quite sure. I never learned that trick. I just filled them with cream and jam.
Oh my god.
When needed.
I didn't have to care about them. I just had to fill them.
It's true.
Oh no.
There was a little machine. You hold two of them, little poles that stuck out, and you put them on the pole, clicked the button, and then slowly pulled them out, and they were filled.
It's just that easy.
Shove them on the pole, fill her up. See, you thought this wasn't going to be controversial, yet here we are, shoving down.
We're gonna get some write-ins. You sexualized donuts.
I'm pretty sure if they're listening to this podcast, they're okay with that.
Good.
Maybe, I don't know.
Someone will share it to somebody who gets upset by something.
Well, I hope that you get hashtag canceled.
That'll be like 10 times by now. I mean, how can people think a donut isn't sexual? Have you looked at a donut before?
Yeah, I have. I've looked at them many times. I was once a donut for Halloween, Sam.
Oh my goodness.
I really leaned in
to
the donut thing. I have a couple I should have worn my shirt. I have a couple of t-shirts with donuts on them.
Now, I am assuming you've heard of Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah. The ones that are like
West Coast.
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Caitlin's dad there's one in Denver. He was on a trip and he brought one back for like her and I, and she loves it. And I opened it up and I was like, what is this? He's like, it's a Captain Crunch donut or something. And I was like, all right, took one bite and I was like, that's horrible.
Yeah. I am an advocate for the simpler the better.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, did you guys do any crazy sort of donuts like that? Or was it all pretty standard?
Yeah, we had like a Reese's Pieces donut, which was like chocolate frosting with Reese's Pieces, and then I would have to like melt peanut butter and drizzle it on the top to make it look fancy. So I feel like that's not too crazy. We had we did put cereal on some Long Johns.
Yeah, that's like that's basically what it was.
But it wasn't, I don't know, like it wasn't anything. For a while we did like Fruit Loops, so it would be like vanilla icing with Fruit Loops on top, and then we did Fruity Pebbles for a bit.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Why do I want to say we did another one too? But we had like they started doing blueberry and then like a strawberry cake, so like where the actual donut itself had strawberry like flavoring to it in addition to the icing. And then in the summertime they do like they have like seasonal donuts that they were like rotating for a while. So there was like the summer was like an orange juice donut where like the donut itself had like orange juice flavoring in it or like orange juice in the dough. And then for St. Patrick's Day, I know they're doing like a chocolate donut with mint frosting. And then they did like red velvet with like cream cheese frosting for, I don't remember when that was, but yeah, nothing like too off the wall though. I feel like some of those like voodoo like specialty donuts where you're paying like $6 for a singular donut. I feel like they're just like throwing shit at the wall and figuring out what sticks. And they're also like, we're a tourist destination, so we're gonna charge you up the asshole.
Yep. And it's worse than Dunkin' Donuts. It's not it wasn't great.
I remember we went to California in 2018, 2019. I don't remember. But we went to this. Do you remember do you watch Marvel? Like Iron Man? Okay. Yep. You remember in Iron Man 2 when Tony is like in the donut shop? So my brothers like wanted to go to that donut shop. So we did. And I bought this glazed donut that was literally the size of my face. It was incredible. But it was only a glazed donut and it was absolutely delicious. Bigger and better.
Finally, something that meets expectations.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Now, red velvet. Now, those are generally cake donuts, right? Yeah. So is that just like the same way? It's just different batter, or what is like flavoring? Like, what's the difference?
Red velvet cake. Like when we made it, it was its own like mix, I guess you could say. So I really can't speak to like what's the difference between chocolate and red velvet. Don't ask me.
My mom tried to tell me they were the same when I was a kid. I'm like, Mom, these taste very different.
Do they though?
They do.
Really think about it.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think it's the cream cheese frosting that makes it taste different. That would be what I would argue.
I've tried both, and I'm like, no, I don't know.
You don't like chocolate? Are you a chocolate or vanilla person?
I'm a chocolate person, so I like chocolate with vanilla frosting. That's my general thing.
I don't get the chocolate
cake.
I don't get the chocolate thing.
For donuts, yeah, I like strawberry frosted, or I like a chocolate Long John. Those are my two favorite donuts.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
Let's go.
If you were going to associate the 2022 Chicago White Sox with a donut, what do you think it'd be?
With a donut? Something that you'd think was going to be good and then turned out very, very bad. For me personally, it's a jelly-filled donut.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this might be good. And I tried it, I'm like, no, I don't like that.
Yeah. I feel you.
It's not for me.
I feel you.
It's fine, but it's not for me. What about you, Al? What's your answer?
It's a French cruller.
It's
because it looks really pretty on the outside, and then you take a bite and you're like, this is disgusting.
This has no substance. It's gonna fall apart.
But if the White Sox were just a donut in general, like no tie to like being good or bad, it would be a chocolate donut with vanilla icing and maybe some like some chocolate stripes on the top. Zebra. I think that's what that's called.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks for believing me. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you enjoying this conversation?
Yeah,
I know it's so riveting.
it is riveting.
Okay.
I love donuts. And the the disdain for specific donuts. Uh, I mean I've never been a fan of Boston cream donuts, jelly filled donuts. Um, yeah, basically anything that you've filled, I don't want to eat. That's phrasing.
Yeah. I was like, we should talk to Caitlin about that.
Oh my god. No. Why does everything have to come back to this?
I loved it. I've left him speechless.
It's probably one of the few times it's happened.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't shut up a lot.
Neither do I, so
Uh,
this time something I said was going to be out of pocket.
that's basically how everything my whole life is. That's why I'm.
Your whole life is a bit.
Yeah.
And
It
I
is.
committed so much to my own bit that now I have it on my body forever. So
I really leaned into my donut bit.
and then it ended.
I got a job there. I just went for it.
I made it my whole personality. My mom, for my birthday, for my 22nd birthday, my mom literally bought me a donut neon sign. Like I don't have it in this apartment. It's still at my parents' house, but like, yeah. I also have various coffee mugs that say like "Do not stop believing," or like "I do not care."
Yeah, we have that one.
Yeah.
We got it at Spencer Gifts.
I think I have, and then I have two that are just like they just look like donuts. So I have like 4 donut themed mugs.
I think I've seen the Simpsons one where that's like the pink donut.
Yeah.
As a mug. Yeah.
They make the mugs where like it's like a donut standing up and there's like a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to buy one of those, but here's the problem, Sam. Could you imagine trying to clean that?
Nope.
That does not sound fun, and therefore that's why I've never bought it.
That's a very, very valid reason.
Yeah, thank you.
I also don't enjoy doing any sort of dishes, so my wife can vouch for that. I know she'll watch this, so.
Does she watch your content? Is she supportive of your content?
She is.
Oh,
she
good.
is.
She's a lovely person.
Is she though? Because she kind of betrayed me a little bit.
Oh. Did she do what I think she did?
She hurt my feelings, yes.
Oh.
But don't worry.
Okay.
It still works out in my favor.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Confused. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. She just hurts your feelings on the regular. We're not like referring to one specific instance.
Oh, we are.
Oh, okay.
But she hurts my feelings generally anyway.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Still a big wife, right? Though.
Okay. Yeah. Certified?
Certified. Yeah.
Good.
Certified.
Married.
Sorry, ladies.
Don't surprise me with donuts in the morning, ladies. I've got a wife in my bed.
The only donuts I get are from my wife, okay? You leave me alone.
We're not calling them, like, when they don't score any runs in a game, we're not calling it a goose egg anymore. We're calling it a donut.
They put up a donut.
Steve, I have a proposition for you. Could you change your phrasing for the brand?
For this lifelong bit? Will you change this phrasing? No, you won't.
No, he won't. He'll just tell me to enjoy the ride.
Oh, man. Well, Al, we've covered a lot of donut stuff.
Yes.
Is there any other donut things that you want the world to know?
Life is sweet.
Life's a donut. Eat it.
Life's too short. Enjoy the donut. Yeah, that's what I like to talk. People are like, "Why'd you get a donut tattoo?" Like, I feel like the funny answer is like, "Oh, I used to work at a bakery," and just like leave it at that. But like sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, like life's sweet, just roll with it."
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. I don't know. It's not that funny, but it's like not the real reason why I got the donut, right? Like,
why'd you get that donut tattoo? Like, sweet, roll with it. And then that's all you say. No context.
Yeah, exactly. But then I'm laughing on the inside. Why? Life is not sweet.
Oh, goodness. Well, Al, I'm hoping this comes out on Thursday, March 16th. And that is a day where we are involved in the 108 tourney, both of us, in separate matchups. Mine's gonna be a lot of uphill battle, but I'm hoping it'll go better
I think
than
I've got more of a battle than I think I do.
Okay.
Really. I just think my opponent is a well-liked guy on Twitter. So,
my opponent's a very well-respected woman on Twitter, and that's kind of sucks for me because I'm a person nobody likes, so it's fun.
I mean, I like you, Sam. You're a cool dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's
This is going on the internet, so like now I'm gonna be encapsulated forever as saying that I like
my whole
my
life
fingers are crossed behind my back, I swear.
You can stop reading off the sign I gave you now. But yes, if you're watching this during all the voting and you haven't voted yet, vote for myself, vote for Al. She's gonna need some help. Sean's a tough matchup for her, so but
got some and I start a new job tomorrow, so I'm like not gonna be able to be chronically online.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm gonna schedule some tweets before I start working.
Like, not now. I don't need this orientation. I'm busy.
Yeah. What company?
Can I start tomorrow?
Oops. Oh well, it'll all be okay. Best of luck to you, Sam.
You as well, Al. Is there anything you'd like to plug while you're here other than your ass?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter for more shenanigans. I also write for Southside Sox and Ass. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about donuts with me.
Thank you for having me, Sam. It's been a pleasure.
Let's do this again in the future.
Okay. I'll have
best of luck in the tourney, Al.
Thanks, you too, Sam.